It is Saturday night, and while wife, baby, and best buddy are asleep, I thought it would be fun for us to do a live stream on the Noel ComiX YouTube channel. It is week two of the start of the new school year, and we have just finished our first full week of the 2021-2022 school year, so I am definitely ready to relax and do a little live streaming. I am a little exhausted, but we'll see how long we can go while I maintain lucidity. If I don't, then it'll still be fun to watch as I ramble incoherently, fall out of my chair, and drool all over my game room floor. So either way, you're in for a treat. Hey, Leo, how's it going, my friend? Uh, we have Columbo on in the background in this exciting episode of Columbo. Sonic and Leo right here. Sonic, is that? Do you have Sonic? You have Sega Sonic the Hedgehog for your avatar, the very cool arcade game that sadly never got a console release. Rumor has it that there was a 32X version that was they were trying to get that out the door, but I guess it never happened. It's really lame because I always wanted to play Sega Sonic the Hedgehog. That actually would be an awesome idea for an arcade one up. Or if Sega wanted to do something cool, like Sega has been into Saints beat the Packers. I saw it, and they beat them badly too. Like what the heck, man? That's not cool. Obviously you have no control over this, so it's always really funny when people are always talking to like football fans, like, oh yeah, your team really lost, man. It's like, well, it's not my fault that they lost. You know what I'm saying? It's like, am I emotionally invested in their winning? Yeah, sure. Am I trying to send all of my energy toward them winning on some sort of a spiritual, metaphysical level? Yes. But the fact of the matter is that we as fans are not on the field, and there's very little that we can do. But it does suck that the Packers lost to the Saints because I was rooting for the Packers. Even though I'm a Vikings fan, I will always root for the Packers over the Saints because the Packers are a worthy rival to the Minnesota Vikings. When they beat the Vikings, they beat them as fellow combatants, not some kind of slimy existential antithesis to the beloved Minnesota Vikings. So, anywho, so this episode of Columbo is really good because Columbo is going after a loosely veiled analog of Hugh Hefner. So this is good. Lots of 90s chicks in this episode of Columbo as Columbo goes to the Playboy Mansion and tries to find a missing playmate slash magazine CEO who stages her own disappearance and then is ultimately murdered. And Columbo does a very sophisticated gotcha where he realizes that she's still wearing her watch, when she died. So he figured that the body's, stuck somewhere in a dress bag because he saw a missing dress bag in the closet. So he asked the bad guy to use the phone, and he basically pages the word "gotcha" to the girl's watch, and they like get her out of the wall, and she's in this bag, and he like pops the watch open, and it says "gotcha." And it's really good. This is one of my favorite episodes of Columbo. Good stuff. Lynch turned heel. Yeah, I knew that. I thought she turned heel at WrestleMania or wherever she. Yeah, it was WrestleMania, right? Or was it SummerSlam? I can't even remember anymore. SummerSlam is when she came back because they were all pissing their pants about CM Punk, and so they brought Brock Lesnar and Becky Lynch back, and so I don't know. Quite frankly, I have not watched WWE since WrestleMania, and more power to you if you like it. I just have not watched it, and I'm not super interested in watching it. Although, if someone had it on, I'd watch it. But this Friday, I didn't watch SmackDown. I watched my buddy Rodolfo Bersalos fight on the UFC Fight Pass. Sadly, it didn't go too well. But if you're asking me, and I'm heavily subjective because I trained with this guy, they stopped the fight way too early. He got knocked down a few times, but he was like completely lucid, and he was doing the kind of like he's trying to like hook a leg, with his foot while he was on the ground, and the ref just stopped the fight, and he wasn't like out of it or anything like that. It was just he got knocked down a few times, was trying to get back up, and the ref's like, no, 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 this is over. So I was like, I don't know, whatever, man. And I know another MMA guy from this area who goes by the name of I don't. He's not from my gym, but his name's Zach. He owns another gym, and he got royally screwed at due to an early stoppage in New England. So I don't know. Those New England, uh, those New England fights. The Central New York guys always seem to get early stoppages, whether they like it or not. I'm not in favor of anyone getting their brains beat out or anything like that, but there's a fine line between letting a guy roll with the punches and dig deep and keep fighting when they've still got the will to fight and their faculties. And when is this getting to be actually dangerous for this guy? Are we approaching that in a serious way? And do we need to step in to make sure that, when it's clear that the fight is over, as opposed to just, well, this guy's got the momentum and this guy fell down a few times, so we're just stopping the fight. And that is pretty much what happened to my friend Rodolfo. But if I'm being honest about the fight, I think Rodolfo should have. He's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, and so my advice to him is completely meaningless. But because he's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, I was hoping he'd try to find a way to get that guy on the ground in a hurry, and he unfortunately wasn't. So I was just hoping he would just kind of, I don't know, find some way to move in, get his neck down, and then try to take his back or grab a leg or something. Because that guy he was fighting, he did not seem like he was well versed in jujitsu. Certainly not on Rodolfo's level, but he did seem to have Rodolfo beat when it came to stand up game, and that's where the fight ended up being. And it's interesting when you're watching MMA because different fighters have different preferences, obviously. And if you're out of your comfort zone, you're at a disadvantage. I mean, we all saw that with Ronda Rousey when she tried to box Holly Holmes, and that certainly didn't go well. Anywho, Ronda Rousey also, Leo, you'll appreciate this, one of my favorite WWE competitors. She's pregnant now, I guess, so she can't be in WWE, which is awesome. Congratulations to her. But Ronda Rousey, like, she was fantastic in the WWE. She looked good. She fought very well. She had good cardio. She was much better than Brock Lesnar. I mean, I will take Ronda Rousey over Brock Lesnar every second of every day of the week in the WWE, and I will debate people on this. I think Brock Lesnar is like legitimately the most overrated professional wrestler of the last 40 years. I'm not kidding. He is, obviously a really good amateur wrestler, and he is an adequate mixed martial artist because of his size. And he's got some technique that stems from his background as an amateur wrestler, and he's also got some MMA training. It seems not like he's some kind of grandmaster at that, but he reminds me a lot of Shaquille O'Neal, right? He's able to use his size and the adequate talent that he has to really make himself an issue. Now people figured him out, and he started to get older, and I guess he had some intestinal issues, and all that kind of snowballed and spelled the end of his UFC career. So he ended up going back to wrestling, and it's just been much worse since he came back. I mean, his stamina's not there. Hey, Nick, how the heck are you? His stamina's not there. He turns blue every match. He's got legitimately no mic skills. The only thing he's got going for him is, ring. He's got some ring presence in the sense that it's like he looks big and intimidating, and he's got that. He's got the the moniker of like at one point he was a UFC champion. But when you watch him wrestle, it's like not good. I mean, like it looks like a Scott Steiner meme, like when like his matches. Like I remember like watching like the Botchamania with Scott Steiner like years ago, and they were making fun of him for like just doing suplexes. It's like that's literally a Brock Lesnar match, except Scott Steiner didn't turn blue. You know, it's like he's so overrated, and he's got a bad attitude too. Like, and it's like, and they're like, oh, well, he's such a badass, and he doesn't care. It's like, no, he's just not good at his job, and is doing it for money, and Vince McMahon is willing to pay him, and apologists for the company are willing to cheer him, and maybe there's some like old UFC fan holdouts that still like him. Look, Brock Lesnar could kill me in the streets. I have no delusions of being, superior to Brock Lesnar when it comes to actual fighting. I'm just saying that when it comes to, like me critiquing pro wrestlers, he's not good. He's really, really not good. And I think that the other wrestlers who put him over are doing it either because they think that they're wowed by the fact that he was successful in MMA, or they legitimately think he could just beat them up. And so all of those things combined are just like, oh yeah, he's really good and believable. It's like, well, I don't know. I mean, he might be believable. He might be able to actually beat you up, but as a performer in professional wrestling, he's not good. So, I mean, CM Punk is much better as a performer in professional wrestling than Brock Lesnar, but obviously much worse as a UFC competitor, as we all saw. Um, but kudos to CM Punk for trying. It takes a lot of guts to get in the cage. So, I mean, all those people who like make fun of CM Punk for losing those matches, it's like I don't see you getting in any cage, so you got no room to talk. Anyway, I've been ranting for 12 minutes about professional wrestling and football, so it's a Noel ComiX live stream. So anywho, I'm thinking tonight we got some interesting things in the mail. We can play those. So we got Famicom Tetris in the mail today, the Soviet mind game, which I've played a little bit of, and it's fun. So this is going to be the first Nintendo Tetris, not the Game Boy one that a lot of us are familiar with, and also not the NES one that a lot of us are familiar with. This is the Famicom one that came out in 1987, and it's got a little bit more of a Soviet aesthetic. See St. Basil's Cathedral, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's good stuff. This is a Famicom Tetris. I got it in the mail today. Another thing I got in the mail today was the first Dance Dance Revolution. Now, a lot of my students are playing Friday Night Funkin'. If we wanted to, I guess I could grab the Chromebook and hook that up to a TV, and maybe we could play some Friday Night Funkin'. But I definitely want to play some Dance Dance Revolution since I got the first DDR, in the mail today. Sadly, I don't have a dance pad. My dance pad burned out. And I would actually like to get a dance pad because I do work out, at my boxing and jiu-jitsu gym. But if you do really want to shed body fat, like legitimately, I always tell my students to bring their Chromebook. I only use the Chromebook. If you want to legitimately like shed some body fat, Dance Dance Revolution is like fantastic. I mean, they even have level sequences that are designed to get you to burn calories. So if you really want to, cut some weight, DDR is a fun way to do it. And I would like just to get a dance pad again because I just like it. I just think it's fun, it's good exercise, and it adds a new dimension to the game. But for tonight, when we play DDR, we're going to be playing it with our thumbs, and we'll be breaking a sweat doing that. I always start these live streams out with a hat because I think it looks cool, and then my head gets hot like literally like 10 minutes in, and then I'm like, you know what, we're going hatless. I mean, obviously, I like being bald, so that's not the issue. I just think sometimes it looks cool to wear a snapback, so or a strap back or whatever your hat preference is. It's good stuff all around. Anywho, yeah, Chromebooks are great. I'm finding, sadly, Leo, that some of the kids this year are not as on the ball when it comes to bringing their Chromebooks to class. So hopefully they'll get the hang of it because I am a teacher that only uses Chromebooks. I'm completely paperless. I went paperless with you guys last year. I loved it. It was less stuff for you guys to lose. And it was an easier way for me to organize all my work and keep track of my work. And it was just, and it gave the kids something to do when they finish their work. It's like, hey, Mr. Pastor, I'm done with my work. It's like, well, then just go play a quiet game. Yeah, you're right, Leo. You were a good student. They better bring their Chromebooks to class. And to, any of my students who may be watching this, listen to Leo because he speaks the words of truth and also has a pretty good taste in pro wrestling. Arrow, my comrade of the Vapor Wave, how the heck are you, my friend? I'm glad you're here as well. Just rambling about how much I don't like Brock Lesnar, how disappointed I was that the Packers lost to the Saints, even though I don't really like the Packers, but I respect the Packers, and I don't like the Saints. And then I also went on a brief Colombo rant because I love Colombo so much. Well, I lucked out pretty well today. Good to see. Yeah. So we're gonna play some DDR. We're gonna play some Famicom Tetris, and we'll see what else. You got a CRT! Congratulations! What kind of CRT did you get, my friend? Can't wait to hear it. I have good news about one of my CRTs. I am friends with Hal. You're playing on that right now. Yeah, you got this TV. You got this TV right here. Is that one? Is that what you got? Because this is a quality CRT to get. So I highly recommend this kind of CRT. Nothing special, just a standard TV VCR combo. That's good though. A VCR combo, that's good because it lets you play tapes. So that's nothing to poo-poo, my friend. A nice consumer grade TV VCR combo is a good thing to have. So good stuff. I know a guy who I'm friends with, and I was friends with his son at Cortland Christian, who I think can unlock the RGB potential to my Commodore 64 1084S. So for years, I've been trying to unlock the RGB on that, and I've been troubleshooting it and talking to him, and it looks like we might have a way to get it done, so I can have one extra RGB monitor in the game room. Because that thing puts out really nice S video, but I've never been able to get the RGB out of that thing, and I want to get the RGB out of that thing. On the topic of RGB monitors, I realized that my JVC monitor, which has the neon PlayStation lights on it, it actually does have a composite video that works. I think the reason I thought the composite video didn't work on it was because I was trying to use an HDMI. I do use the phone to stream. This stream is being broadcast right now on that. On what? On my phone? On my monitor? I don't know. You're watching it on your TV. You're watching my stream on your TV because that's your new CRT getting some HDMI to composite action. So speaking of HDMI to composite, I was using an HDMI to composite on that monitor. Awesome! Yeah, that is awesome, man. I am honored to be on a CRT. In fact, I'd actually appreciate it if you took a picture of me on your CRT and sent it to me. Because I would love to see myself on a CRT TV because that's some good stuff. What am I talking about? Oh yeah. So anyway, I tried using an HDMI to composite on my PVM, and it didn't work. Like I just got a weird line on the screen. It's like, well, that's not good. So I just assumed the composite didn't work. Then I hooked up a Nintendo to it through composite video, and it worked. And I was like, okay. So I have my twin Famicom. I still love my Amdec Color One deeply. So don't get me wrong there. This is a dear friend right here, and we do have two VCRs, a ColecoVision, a top-loading Famicom, and a Retron with Miami Vice colors hooked up to it. and it's right next to my very plucky Macintosh Classic, which, by the way, I'm getting a mouse in the mail for, so that's good. Um, but yeah, I figured I would enjoy the composite video functions as well as the RGB functions of my JVC PVM right there. So that is a really good PVM, and I enjoy it deeply. Yeah, so it's funny, Arrow. Now that how did you end up getting the TV? Because it's funny. I went to a recycle center trying to find stuff for my Macintosh, and then I ended up actually finding some really nice CRTs that were just sitting there waiting to get junked, but I didn't pick any up because I just some of them were like really dirty, and then there was like one really nice one from the '80s. Like this was like a good '80s CRT. It had like S video off the street. Well done, my friend. Um, that is lucky. Um, so yeah, but it had pretty standard hookups. And if I didn't have this sleek silver fox back here, I probably would have gotten it, but I don't have the room. I've literally got like a 27-30 inch flat screen CRT Trinitron, and then I'm just flanked by PVMs and VGA monitors. So I don't have room for it. I can't wait to see it, man. I saw Arrow just sent me the text. Okay, whoa. Ever since Adam Cole, CM Punk, and Bryan Danielson and Ruby went to AEW, they passed WWE. Yes, Leo, I agree. I mean, I always thought AEW was better than WWE, but AEW is definitely more exciting to watch than WWE now. And word on the street is that, Bray Wyatt might be able to show up there sooner than expected. I know there's some Braun Strowman rumors. I was never a big Braun Strowman fan. You know who I'm really waiting to debut on AEW is Lana. I was always a big fan of Lana's. I think she, as far as active female wrestlers go right now, is the best looking, and that's saying a lot. So, yeah, Lana, I really want her to show up in AEW as Rusev's, aka Miro's manager. So, Miro is much better in AEW than in WWE, in my opinion. His God's favorite champion gimmick is a lot of fun. All right, well, why don't we get some Tetris going here? Who knows how long I'll be able to hold out because really, Lana, yes, yeah. What is this? Why do people not like Lana? Like, what? I'm sorry. Like, and I'm not mad at you, Leo. I'm just gonna, rant a little bit here. Like, I'm sorry. What is there not to like about Lana? I mean, she's good looking. She has adequate talent, and she's got ring presence. Like, I mean, the main point, and this is not to sound sexist, but listen, professional wrestling is a male soap opera. Okay, when you watch female soap operas, there's like hunky guys who take their shirts off, and that's fine. Okay, that's completely fine. More power to you. Okay, but when you're watching pro wrestling, there's got to be eye candy for the audience too. And not only is she good eye candy, she's like a fun performer. Like especially when she was playing the Bridget Nielsen Rocky Four character. So I mean, I do not like WWE. I think it's stale and overproduced and unrelatable on a variety of levels. And I think Roman Reigns is another grossly overrated person that WWE fans cling to have some thread of coolness to their, horrible, horrible, worst pro wrestling ever brand. Because it is. It's like it's worse than it's ever been. It's worse than like I mean, I would take 1996 WWE every second of every day over their current product. I will watch Duke the Dumpster Drosy fight Doink the Clown, like 24/7 versus sitting through an episode of Monday Night Raw. And I'm not kidding. Like, absolutely. And that's, again, not a knock on anyone who likes WWE. That's just my feelings on the product. So, so anyway, I mean, I was a big WCW fan back in the day. So, I mean, I've never been a huge WWF or E fan. I mean, I like it. I've always liked it. I in the '80s, it was the thing that I liked. Like as a little 5 year old, I was absolutely like Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper, Andre the Giant. I had the little ViewMaster. I had the like 3D glasses book that had all the WWF stars on it. So at that point in time, I was absolutely Team WWF, right? But then they decided to move away from Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper and all that stuff when I was in, like fifth grade. And then I turned on TBS and saw all my favorites from the '80s on there, being cool. And then so I just became a WCW fan because I loved Hulk Hogan and I still do. And he was like literally debuting when I decided to give WCW a chance, and I tuned in like every Saturday night, and then Nitro after that. So it was I would have been completely fine if WCW won the Monday Night Wars, but anyway, I ramble on. But no, if you like WWF, I mean, it's not like I mean, and there are definitely good performers in WWF. I mean, obviously, it's exciting when people from WWF come over who have talent to AEW. So it's always kind of exciting, like to see, like, oh wow, they can really kind of like spread their wings. Hey, Rogue Drums, how the heck are you doing, my friend? Um, I'm ranting about pro wrestling right now. So I mean, like, while I don't really relate to a lot of WWF talent, it is kind of exciting when the people who have a lot of potential there, they're not getting to realize it, go over to AEW, and that's kind of fun. So yeah, I don't know. There's that. Adam Cole, who I liked in Ring of Honor, and I really missed out on his WWE stuff because I never really watched NXT. He's been fantastic in AEW. I still like Kenny Omega better, and I really, really, really don't want them to split up the Elite just because Adam Cole's getting cheered so much. I mean, Adam Cole's theme music is by far the best theme music in professional wrestling right now. I mean, it's really, really good. I'm disappointed that Bryan Danielson doesn't have Final Countdown. His rap remix of Flight of the Valkyries is cool, and he's got a lot of credibility, and he's cool. But Adam Cole's theme music I mean, I listen to that for fun. It's so good. I'm getting DOA 2 Ultimate in the mail soon. I'm very happy. I'm happy for you, my friend. So that is awesome. Awesome, awesome. Cool. I love that DOA combo for the Xbox. It's really, really good. I still love my Dreamcast. Punk the same. Yeah, CM Punk on AEW has been great. His response when he debuted in AEW, that was one of the most insane things I've ever seen in pro wrestling. I mean, I don't like that CM Punk doesn't like Hulk Hogan. I mean, he's entitled to like whoever he wants or doesn't like, and I do think that CM Punk has an overinflated opinion of himself. But that said, he is super talented. He's super nice. He can be super nice to the fans. I heard he was a jerk to my friend Glenn Post, who sadly passed away. But when I was at a WWE show, my very first WWE show, what I remember is CM Punk giving me a high five with his sweaty, taped up hand and pointing to my sign and saying how much he liked it. So that was one of my first memories at a pro wrestling show. And so I do like CM Punk. And I really wanted him to do better in UFC. And I'm happy he tried it. I'm also kind of happy he might have gotten a reality check that just because Dave Meltzer likes you doesn't mean you're not a master fighter. But he's been fantastic in AEW. I mean, in that response he got was Hogan quality, and that's saying a lot because Hogan is, in my opinion, the greatest pro wrestler ever. So, at least as a performer. I mean, I know people don't like him backstage sometimes. Why is a Dreamcast 150 now? I bought mine in 2019 for 50, but I sold it. Bad move. Yeah, man. That's kind of the name of the game when it comes to video game stuff. So like stuff, it's like with clothes, right? Every 20 years, clothes come back in style. So back in the early 2000s, 80s stuff was coming back in style. And it's never really left since they're like 80s is just so good. Like once my generation got in, like we actually appreciated the 80s. Generation X took it for granted. But like my generation, like the little kids during the 80s, we loved the 80s. So like we brought it back big and won't let it die. And it will never die because the 80s is the best decade ever and it's still the 80s as far as I'm concerned. Look at the TVs and my glasses. Anyway, and my Don Johnson stubble. Anyway, um, what was I saying? Oh yeah. Then 10 years after, kind of 90s came back, and now we're kind of getting like early 2000s vibe stuff. So it's like this that same cycle applies with video game consoles. So right now, like Wii U stuff will be cheap. But in another 5 to 10 years, Wii U stuff's gonna start getting expensive. Same thing with like PS3 stuff and Xbox 360 stuff. That's gonna be pretty cheap right now. But give it another 10 years and it's gonna start jacking up. So, Dreamcast, I could see that being cheap a while back, and now that it's getting rarer and there's more nostalgia for it, rightly so, because it's an awesome system, it's gonna get, expensive. So the key is just to if you like something, I would hang on to it. If you really need the money for something and you've just outgrown it and you really feel that it's like I've really outgrown it and I just don't want this thing anymore and I want something else, I mean then just do what you got to do. So wow, I've been talking for a half an hour and I haven't played a single game. So going into the chatting section of our live stream, I'm gonna sip an Airborne just because it can't hurt in this CV world that we live in to have enough vitamin C. Crazy Mario Brothers, which is like legitimately one of my favorite YouTube channels, did this fantastic plushy video of Bowser with the CV. It was just like it was like the funniest thing. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I was like crying laughing watching Crazy Mario Brothers with Santino before this live stream. They did one where it was Bowser Jr.'s birthday. So Bowser took him to Chuck E. Cheese. This is all done with like Mario plushies, by the way. It's like some 16, 17-year-old kid or young 15 to 7. I don't know. He looks like he's like 16 or 15. I think he just turned 16 actually. Um, and he does these like plushy videos, and his sense of humor is like really good, especially for someone so young. And so Santino and I are watching this video. It's like Bowser takes Bowser Jr. and the Koopalings to Chuck E. Cheese, and like that part is like it's pretty funny. But then they like get home, and Bowser Jr. is like, "So Dad, did you get me a cake?" And he's like, he just pauses, and he's like, yeah, it's in the car." So then it like cuts to him like this Bowser plushie, like literally like driving a car, and then they pull up to like Kroger, which is I guess some like supermarket in the South, and so Bowser just goes in and just he finds some blank cake that he likes, and then it goes back to the house that Bowser Jr. and the Koopalings are at, and so it's like you know and he goes like, "Happy birthday, son," and it says, "Happy 56 bar mitzvah, Junior." This is like he's like, "What? Yeah, you don't even know my age. You think I'm 56? I'm not 56." So then he like goes and finds out that he's 5, and he like comes back, and Bowser has like a 1 candle in the cake, like he's 1 year old. He's like, "Happy first birthday, Junior." It was, and then he like tries to give him a piece of cake, but he's already eaten like half of the cake when he gives it to him late. It was like really, really funny. So I have like nothing good things to say about Crazy Mario Brothers. Like, and the growth in the quality of those videos is substantial. Because when it started out, it looked like it was just like some kind of like 13-year-old kid just being kind of like trying to be edgy with his Mario plushies, which so you can tell he's a gangster, right? But then, like, I don't know, within like a year or two, his videos got this very warped, dry sense of humor to them, and they're fantastic. So Santino and I just watch those and just roll over laughing all the time. In fact, I haven't actually gotten to watch a lot of my stuff because I just end up watching Crazy Mario Brothers with Santino so much because I like hanging out with Santino when I got to take care of him. So I would like to be watching more Cat's Eye on Retro Crush because that just got on there. So Tsukasa Hojo, the guy that is City Hunter, he did an anime called Cat's Eye before that, and so they just got that on Retro Crush. So I'm pretty psyched about that. Now that we're like freaking 35 minutes in of me just rambling, we'll play some Tetris here. So do. All right, here is our TV. Wah, wah. I'm going to move my hot beverage right here. And maybe should I move my Famicom as well? Hold on, guys. There we go. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me just adjust this a little bit. Playing the game of getting just the right situation here. All right. Fake Hugh Hefner's gonna kill his wife right here. On Columbo. Not in real life. Tetris. Let me move this a little closer here. Ding dong. All right. So we're going to start easy, and let's use this music here. Now this one... okay, so this is a little weird here. How do I rotate these things here? Can I rotate this? Yeah, okay, there it is. That's how you rotate. It's down. So I'm actually not used to playing this kind of Tetris here. So it looks like you use the buttons here to drop it down. And then down to change the shape. So this is actually a little more difficult. I say I'm playing this on it's like the Tetris I'm used to playing here. So this does play a little different here, which I knew it would, but it doesn't actually bother me that it plays different. I like the Soviet imagery in the background. All right. So, I mean, here's the deal. It's like if I want to go... There we go. It's like if I want to go slow, then I'm fine. But I really do like... I liked it better when I could just do my... whatchamacallit. Just hit down, and that would just drop the piece, rather than now I'm like hitting a button here to drop the piece. It's a little harder to line up the pieces. Not like massively harder, though. There you go. There we go. And now we're kind of getting in a rhythm here. It was kind of dumb. Ah, shoot. I didn't mean to do that. Actually, it was good that I did that. I mean, I did mean to do that. It's funny, the Soviet Union like produced like no video games, and then the one that they did produce ended up being like one of the best video games ever. So, man, this freaking new system of doing it with the buttons, which is actually, I guess, the old system, but ah, man, that's not good. Uh, hey, come on, there we go. I'm getting dangerously close to the top here. Man, this screen is like super bright. I mean, it's like really. I mean, it's really clear. I mean, it's doing its job, but I mean, this is like my first time seeing what this thing can do for composite video, and it is like super bright and vibrant. Man, damn it! Ah, I lose. What's going on in the chat here? I think you said it was. Hang on a second here. Let me see what's going on here. Do 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 do. Go, man. Ah, Leo's going to sleep. Good night, Leo. Get all the repros, flashcards, and OEDs while they're still available. Yes. Hang on, I'm gonna take a little break. I want to see what the chat has to say. This looks like some interesting conversation here. Wow. Okay, so I missed that on a good exchange. Here, let me read that here. All right. I'm doing an army group called Silver Air Patrol at my school. Cool. That sounds fun, man. Um, Buying classic game stuff in general now has been climbing up in price. Is DC considered classic now? Yes, 1999. See how I remember when you could find that stuff dirt cheap at garage sales. People now know the value of the stuff they have. Some people do. Not all. Legally, I'm going to war. Okay. Speaking of classic stuff, I've been testing a bunch of international channel and retro anime stuff lying around. Cool. I hope you don't go to war. Looks damn good on this thing. You got that right, my friend. Xbox and PS2 games have been increasing. Yes, that's true. Sega will be increasing in price. But a Genesis Model 1 for $35 on eBay. That's cool. I have a CDX. I should get a Model 1. Honestly, I think with how it is right now, you might as well mod and get backups for as many games as you can. Get all the repros, flashcards, and OEDs as you can. Good night, man. Say, Noel, now that you're up to capturing and setting up again, you think you could send me the fan sub tape you have of Street Fighter 2? Yeah, man. Yeah. I think. Yeah, I'd have to capture it, and then I'd have to put it on a flash drive, and then use the Chromebook. So yeah, I'll find, just stay on me, and I'll remember to do it. Um, that is it's a cool fan sub. It's got a lot of commercials for the Street Fighter 2 movie soundtrack. It's got some X Men for Super Famicom commercials on it. So it's good stuff. All right, let's do another round of Tetris here on my very, very bright monitor here. I hope I don't like burn this thing out. It's so bright. All right. All right, let's try it now here with our. There we go. I should lower this a little bit. That way you can see the bottom of the screen. Ah, darn it. Me trying to accommodate your Tetris viewing needs caused me to mess up. I blame you for this situation. You know, I've been listening to a lot of John Teeter stuff on YouTube. For those of you who don't know, I mean, I don't like believe. I want to believe like Mulder, you know. But the story goes, there is a lot. I mean, if you have some sociological speculative training, you might be able to do. You probably could do a lot of what he did. But so anyway, so who's John Teeter? Well, if you don't know, he's a guy who claimed to be a time traveler on AM coast to coast message boards, and he called into the show. No, he faxed into the show back in like 1998. Um, and he had all these like oddly specific things that he said about the world that he came from and time travel, and it's interesting stuff. And some of the stuff that he said, is more or less come true, and then other stuff, did not, like Y2K. Now the argument would be that he made a new timeline when he traveled back in time, because that's what would happen, because you've gone back in time and then theoretically you could make a new timeline because now that you're there, things are going to be different, and then that would change things. So that anyway, so that's the thing. But he said things about urban rural divide, and like that ultimately, like, I mean, I hope this doesn't happen, but like in his like story, it was basically he'd come from a civil war situation between urban and rural. And what else? He essentially predicted YouTube. He said someone asked him on the message board what TV was like, and he's like, people don't really watch TV; they just watch each other. Like that's the kind of thing that they do. So I mean, that's essentially YouTube. um, and the reason he came back in time was to get this IBM computer from 1978, I believe, because it had this function that had access to older IBM hardware that could prevent a Y2K type situation in 2036 that had to do with like the counting on the computer. It's really it's fun stuff. I mean, it's really good sci-fi and really interesting kind of speculative stuff. I mean, Wang did a good video on John Teeter. And there's other videos you can find. Someone like did a robot voice archiving of basically all his message board discussions. I also like that he had like schematics for his time machine that he uploaded. I thought that was fun. Um, I mean, basically, it was like a muscle car with a black hole generator in it or something. um, which I mean would make sense if you're coming from a kind of a more rough and tumble future where there's been World War III And we all know that old technology is the stuff that lasts, right? So if you're gonna do a time machine, and you've got limited means, putting it in a muscle car that can actually, withstand the journey. I mean, because like, let's be honest. I mean, a Prius is probably not gonna go, well. I mean, it's probably not gonna handle itself that well on a highway, let alone a wormhole or whatever. So Columbo's gonna. Oh, I'm gonna pause this here. I wonder if I can show the end of this episode of Columbo because this is like one of my favorite Columbos here. And I think I was even talking about the ending to this. Now I do remember, like one time I got in trouble for showing like Columbo credits. So I'm just gonna like really quick show this here. So here's Columbo kind of getting Hugh Hefner like set up for the kill right here. So he knows that there's a missing bag in the closet. So he knows he murdered his wife and put her in the bag. And Columbo's like starting to get under his skin with his analysis. This guy realizes that Columbo's not a doofus anymore, and now he's in trouble. He's on the defensive, and Columbo is using his down to earth guy next door crossed with most brilliant thinker ever to really get this guy in some serious trouble here because Columbo, he's just literally like the best detective ever and one of the best people in literature ever. So absolutely. So Columbo, he just had to make a call there, and now we're gonna see what happens. Looks like a beeper is going off. So yeah, check out this guy's cool '90s wardrobe right here. Yeah, good stuff. I'm a big fan of the early '90s Columbo because like early '90s, I mean that was still like popping with like '80s flair. So yeah. So looks like the guys working on the bathroom are wondering why there's beeper sounds coming out of the wall. So let's see what happens here. We see a lot of insulation, which apparently Carl Bertana Nadolewski made. Oh, there she is. She's in a dress bag right there, just as Columbo had figured out. So yeah, don't screw with Columbo, man. He is the heart and soul of the proletariat right there. So yeah, absolutely. What's going on in the chat here? Do. Time travel is possible in 2036. I'm going back in time and get some fan sub tapes. Yes. Checkmate. You smug bad guy. Alright, Columbo. He's just the best. I mean, literally, I have a picture of Columbo in my classroom because I admire him so much. It's good stuff. Okay, yes. So let's hope it goes down. Selfish, but it may be a reasonable request. No, it's true. Like that's the reason he went back in time because he had to get the old IBM computer. Maybe record the international channel while I'm at it. Yeah, and it's the greatest stuff. Now, so according to him, I'm not 100% on this. I don't know if you can get back to the exact timeline you left. Because according to what he was saying, if you want to play his logic out, I like to think you can get back to the same timeline. But what he was saying is that, there's like, infinite variables of the timelines. And, you go back to a timeline, and the longer you're back in the timeline, the more it changes. And then you go back. So you'll probably go back to a future similar to yours, but not exactly like yours. And then there's also the issue of like meeting yourself, potentially. And he said it's not the time cop scenario. So, which is, a little disappointing because, how are you going to beat up bad guy time travelers? You got to just do what Van Damme does and just push them into each other, and then they implode, and it's awesome. So, yeah. Time Cop is an amazing movie. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch Time Cop. Van Damme is my hero, along with Columbo. So, all right. So maybe we should finish up this round of Tetris and play some Dance Dance Revolution. All right. Oh, you know what else I've been trying to do? I've been trying to dabble a little bit in Final Fantasy X because I want to review that before I hit 1100, and I'm getting up there. Did you just say DDR? Yes, I did. I got DDR1 in the mail today. Ah, yeah, that's not good. Come on, man. I need something vertical. Oh, no, no! Darn it. All right. Okay, so we're done with that right now. So now if I want to switch this back to VGA mode, then I can just go to the back of the TV and hit a button. Try to dim this a little. I just want to see what this looks like if I turn the color down a little bit there. That's a little less. It's the picture on this is so vibrant, the composite video. I mean, it's a little less. I mean, I just don't want to burn out the. It's pumping out such a bright picture. All right, good deal. Okay, good little TV. All right, so I'm thinking for DDR, we'll actually use the big screen because I have my Sony PlayStation that is modded hooked up to the Trinitron. And I have my PlayStation 2 that is also modded hooked up to the PVM. So it would probably be easier to play the PS1 than the PS2. So yeah, what am I doing here? Am I going to dance? Pad or controller? I only have a controller. I don't know if you guys were here for this, but my dance pad burned out. So I don't have my dance pad anymore. It doesn't work. And I think I ended up actually having to junk it because it was getting I think it had little burn marks from, I guess, I don't know. It had little brown things that kind of popped up through the bottom of the whatever the material is, the plastic. I wonder what's on Pluto TV right now. Let's see. Maybe some Urban Pro Wrestling. They have literally the most bizarre minor league pro wrestling on Pluto TV. They have the fifth Lupin the Third right now, I think. I'm a big fan of the woman called Fujiko Mine. Interesting. Ooh, Fujiko. Fujiko's sexy. Like Faye Valentine, you know? Of course, Netflix will not let her be attractive because that would be, aiding male hegemony to have attractive women on television. Because if men like it, it must be bad, you know. What else on here, man? So they got Lupin. They got a whole Lupin the Third channel, which is really good. Ooh, they have Death Note on. Sabrina the Animated Series, Dragnet, Three's Company, Mystery Science Theater. Beverly Hills 90210. Pluto TV is just the best. Let's see what Death Note's on while I go and grab DDR. It's Rebirth is the episode. Actually, it's a commercial right now. Probably about psoriasis or something, you know. I had psoriasis. Now look at me. So, the other thing, so I'm friends with this guy on Etsy. And so originally I ordered a Beatmania because I thought it would be, kind of similar to DDR, but the one that I ordered actually, I guess you need another Beatmania to play with it. So I said, I'm going to cancel my order. And he's like, nah, never mind. I'm just going to send you the game anyway. Because I have like so many copies of it. And then I ordered the one that I wanted, which was the first DDR. I have other DDRs, but this was the one that I ordered off of his Etsy page. So, pretty cool. And here is the disc. Yes. So, yeah, I have Beatmania Third Appendix. Pretty fond of the music from there. I don't know what'll happen if I play. Because I think you need the other discs to play the one that I have. Konami in general makes good rhythm games, so yeah. So there's the DDR. So let's play some Dance Dance Revolution. Okay. Whoa. Dropped my PS4 controller, so that's not good. All right. And get my PlayStation controller here, and what do I have in there? I think I have the Earthian soundtrack in there for some reason. Yeah, I have the Earthian soundtrack, which is a really good soundtrack, by the way. Where do I put this here? I'll put it on this Broly box for right now. And pop DDR in. And I'm going to... This is the first Death Note. They must have just started showing this here. I don't want to get in trouble, so... Well, I don't know what line I have PlayStation on. Oh, this one. I think I hit it right off the bat. So this is SCART 2 component video. So I've never played this before. Actually, you know what? I want to see if they have a cool like FMV opening like the other one. So I have DDR like second or third mix. It was like one of the first import games I ever got. And that had a really cool FMV opening. So I'm going to see if this one also is a cool FMV opening. Love Death Note. Hey, how's it going? Starchy. Yeah, Death Note's that's a really well written, good show. Well, that didn't really have that crazy of an opening, but so normally how DDR goes is, the more you play the game, lower that a little bit. Arcade mode. Arrange mode? Let's just do arcade mode.
Select game mode.
Let's start with easy. Just see how it goes. Yes, I know how DDR works here. So it looks like they have like a counter to see how. Alright, let's do this here. To basically see, you know, you don't get to like linger and pick your songs, which is kind of annoying. Here we go. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Sorry if I'm not talking a lot here. I'm just concentrating on hearing the rhythm here. So, you know, I see a lot of kids playing Friday Night Funkin' in school, and I knew about that from the Crazy Mario Brothers Santino and I watched. I messed around a little bit with it, and, you know, it's fun. I mean, I like DDR better. I mean, the music on DDR is on a whole nother level, but the idea of, like, competitive, like, kind of using DDR as, like, kind of a battle rap type thing is kind of interesting. Boom. That's not bad. I mean, I'm playing it on a low level, but... Hopefully stream doesn't stop. Smile DK, a classic. DDR at 209. You got that right.
Select game mode.
Let's try normal. This sounds good. So apparently, like just the amount of levels you get to play on the easy, normal, and hard. We have 3 levels right now. I just played it on easy and see how this song goes. Turn up the volume a little bit here. Alright, wasn't too bad. I always immediately gravitate toward a DDR board in an arcade, so... Everybody was kung fu fighting. It was as fast as lightning. I have some DDR on Xbox 360 that I ended up getting at GameStop for like almost nothing. Probably check that out this stream. There we go.
Wow! How could you make up a dance like this?
Final stage. Alright, we're gonna do the trip machine. Hopefully we don't trip. Pun intended. Cheesy joke stuff.
Okay, here's another one.
Damn. Oof. I was getting a little nervous with that one. Well, we made it through. Maybe not the best, but we did it. To enter in our name here. OGP. Whatever, I don't care. We get weird credits at the end here. Yeah. The Friday Night Funkin' mods are insane. Parappa the Rapper mixed with DDR. We can play some Friday Night Funkin' if you want. I mean, I just have to hop on a Chromebook and hook it up to the TV, I think. You can, like, see him, like, dance up close here. No DDR is better, sure. Do I have something to play it on? I just have to hook the HDMI of the Chromebook up to a monitor. But if you guys are more into DDR, DDR, I mean, is better than Friday Night Funkin', so. I don't know how, like, if we can, like, skip these credits, which are good. I mean, it's just, like, they're really long credits here. The other DDR game that I have has got, like, shorter credits with a really good J-pop song. I mean, try Cappy mode if you want to, the mod. I have no know. I just see a lot of kids like playing like the Sonic CD mod, where it's like got the weird Sonic from the sound test. Like it says like Majin on the sound test, and it's got that like weird looking Sonic that looks kind of like I don't know, like a weird guy's face on Sonic's body. So I see him playing like that mod. Yes. Renee's like, can you be quieter, please? I can, but I choose not to. No, it's probably all right. So I probably have some more songs unlocked here.
Select game mode.
Three, I don't know, whatever. Let's do another normal here. All right. Definitely less songs available on the first DDR. And less people you can play as, too. Actually, after this round, I'll show you the other DDR that I have, which I'm sure I've played on the stream in the past, but... I know that I don't really want to play my PS2 burned DDRs, which are fantastic, but they actually have some music videos on them. And I remember, I think we got in trouble for showing "Let's Dance" by David Bowie, which is too bad because that's a really good track to dance to. All right.
You are the perfect dance machine.
I am the perfect dance machine. Thank you for acknowledging that.
Heat it up this number. Okay, here we go.
All right, Afro Thunder. Boom, boom.
You're the best.
Sorry if I'm not talking a lot. I'm just kind of
You're the best.
trying to get in the zone of the groove here.
Yeah. You're the best.
I could see this game being a lot of fun to dance, or this song being a lot of fun to dance to. Boom. All right, one more. We got straight A's here. Let's see. Doubtful though. I kind of want to do that "Have You Never Been Mellow" song. See what that sounds like.
Okay, here's another one.
Well, this is like definitely an easier one. Like, I'm pretty sure I did this one when I first started playing the game. I really do need to look into getting a dance pad again. I mean, I really would like a metal one. When that's not gonna, give out on me. But I'm guessing that's gonna be a little cost prohibitive. But we'll just see. That was okay. That was an A.
That was the best dance ever.
Well, apparently, according to this guy, it was the best dance ever. My name is Ah. All right, I am. These credits are rolling on. Going to check the chat and get a snack, and also check the time. See what time it is here. I'd suggest Noel play DJ Max since he was playing DDR, but I remember he wasn't fond of it. It's not that I wasn't fond of it; I just haven't played a lot of it. It'd be interesting to get something like Mega SD or EverDrive, but those are damn expensive. Still waiting for my Genesis to come. Street Fighter Champion Edition, Sonic 1 and 2. Those are good. Dude, I actually have Sonic 3 Complete coming to me in the mail, and I have it. I got a custom. I found it online, a really good Mega Drive version. Someone made like a Mega Drive style cover to it. So it looks just like the cover to Sonic 3, but it's got like Tails and Knuckles, and it says Sonic 3 Complete. It's really good. So, yeah, well, good stuff. All right. How do I want to do this here? I'm going to set this tripod on a, like, man, I'm just going to stand it up. Let's have to, like, back up a little bit so you can, like, see all of Noel right here. It's like trying to, like, put the tripod on this, like, bench right here. So, yeah. So it wasn't holding it too well. You can see Naruto eating ramen on my t-shirt, which is a good thing. Normally, like, I don't usually like to eat after 10 o'clock because it's not, like, very nutritious for you, but I need to stay awake. And it's Saturday. So if you're going to have fun, you should do it on Saturday. So what am I going to do? Let's see what's in the cupboard here. Santino likes sour candy. I do not, so I'm going to opt for the original Mike and Ike's. Like the first time I ever had IPA beer, I'm sure I've like told this story before, but I was like convinced the bartender didn't rinse the glass properly because it tasted so soapy. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna complain. They just made a mistake and didn't rinse the glass. No, this is how the beer tastes. It's just awful. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I choked it down and, just talked, This is a free advertising here from Mike and Ike's. Quality theater candy at low, low prices. Yeah. um. Well, you've already played Sonic and Knuckles, but it'd be fun to revisit. Yes, if you're gonna have fun, do it on a Saturday. Yes, correct, sir. All right. We could also get a bag of popcorn, which I don't think I'm gonna do, because I did a drawing gig, and the lady like gave me this gigantic box of like white cheddar popcorn. She's like, we have extra of this, and we'll take it home. I'm like, okay. All right, there's that. Let me show you another DDR game I have. So, this one is really good. This is the one I played the most. And I love the disc art. Got this like sexy nurse. Pop the disc out. She's like, I've been waiting for this moment, you know? Like, you can't beat the arrows. I'll be honest, I like white cheddar a lot more than butter. Yeah, I agree. I wonder if there's a Game Shark code, just unlock all the music off the bat. Well, whatever. All right. We are changing DDR discs. Man, those Mike and Ikes are really good. I can't remember if I have the right memory card in, but we'll just see. It's fine. Yeah, so if you want to like lose weight, diet mode is good.
Come on, show us what you got.
Yeah, so you got a whole bunch of people you can choose from here. I like this song. Let's get down to brass tacks here, people. I have some weird demo of like a Britney Spears knockoff DDR game that came with some PlayStation 2 magazine. That might be an interesting game to pop in while we're, you know, doing the whole DDR thing. Remember, it was like okay, but it was like not as good as this. Might be able to tell I've played this song before. Boom. That, my friends, is how you throw down on the dance floor. My mom's like, where did you learn how to dance? I'm like, Dance Revolution. I actually have been watching some of Cat's Eye, and it's quite good. Really like the artwork and the music and the girls and just everything about it. The story's great. Here we go. Just afraid that my tiredness is going to like start creeping in and messing with my rhythm. That wasn't good, darn it. Yeah, I am getting a little tired. Now, there is also, if memory serves me correctly, a very good Lupin the Third remix here.
Greg, you're the greatest. You're a real passion.
These are all good songs, but we're going to go with Lupin right here. Since I enjoy watching Lupin so much. Hopefully you guys can hear the music okay. No one's complaining, so that's good. Well, maybe they are, and I can't see it in the chat right now. Boom, boom. Yeah, it's funny, over the summer, you get to stay up, late and you can sleep in. It's not like that anymore right now. You need to teach early, it sucks. You gotta get up at like the crack of dawn. Lupin's a long song here. Boom.
I'm impressed about cheers to my.
Yes, that was the 1978 Lupin theme. Yeah, so the credits to this one, they just have like these like cool CMVs of like I guess like the band who sings the music or something like that. I don't know. And then on the bottom, they have the credits rolling by, which makes for a quality DDR experience. I am starting to get a little drowsy. You know what that means. To the tapes. Or to the fighting games. Or to the Mike and Ike's. Maybe a little of everything. Sounds like tapes. I think you're right. Alright. Get some more Mike and Ike's here. Some theater candy for a theater experience here. Because I am getting a little on the tired side. It's 12:38. Santino woke me up pretty early. He's going to come into our room. And then, in addition to coming into our room, he wanted me to find his Nintendo figures for him. It's like, dude, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm serious. 4 in the morning, I don't know where Bowser is. I want Bowser. I mean, Bowser's cute, for sure. Alright, so watch some tapes. Taking the Mike and Ike's with me. Does your son play games from himself? Yeah, actually, he plays a lot of Mario 3D. Mario Maker 2. Plays a lot of that. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright. Alright, what's in here? Oh, Kazami. Oh yeah, we saw this last time. She was making like weird mayonnaise and banana and tomato. Yeah, it is family bonding time with me and him. Like, we play a lot of Paper Mario together. I mean, we've been doing it since he's been born. I'll just hang out with him while he plays, or I'll play my own game while he plays, and it's good stuff. So, we should probably, after this awkwardly hilarious skit here, dude, that does not look good. Well, he's eating mayonnaise on a banana, so that doesn't sound good. Hamada's having a tough time here. I mean, I know we saw his performance last time, but let's watch it again. While this is playing, I'm going to grab a stack of tapes. Did we ever play this reunion Votoms Captain Tyler New Year's 2001? That sounds interesting. I mean, we've also got tubs in the basement. Just back from throwing something out. Looks like the tapes have started. Oh, yeah. We watched the whole, like, mayonnaise banana skit once again. Just because I wanted to. So we just finished the Kazami performance. Mmm. Looking for stuff with old Facebook, I see. Mm-hmm. People do age slower these days. Yes, they do. Fine by me. Arrow, we didn't watch New Year's 2001 Votom's Captain Tyler tape, did we? I found that tape in a pile. If we did, there's like plenty more. Might as well just be you now with hair. Yeah, got that right. All right. Actually, I'm gonna rewind a little bit here. Well, we'll hit play. Hang on. Wow, I'm also gonna go look at the pile. What was this? Votoms? Oh, it's Cowboy Bebop. Sunrise is going to get pissed if I show that. Why? Because my Real Folk Blues video is blocked in Japan. Mm-hmm. Alright, what else we got here? Okay. So this is a thing.
If you snore or have a loved one that snores, get these snores. It's just what the doctor ordered. Have your credit card ready and call 1-800.
Thank you, Bernie Capel of Get Smart and Love Boat and Meets World fame. Ah, Votoms. I wonder if we can show this. I mean, I know it's a Sunrise anime. Why don't we see the opening to Votoms? That's got a good intro. Maybe not the caption since Tyler seems to mess up YouTube. Yeah. As much as I hate Nietzsche, Votoms was a good anime that used a lot of Nietzschean tropes. But I did it in a good way. Sometimes this gets me in trouble, but I don't care. I love this closing credits. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Uh-oh. Gohan's super strong Kamehameha has actually backfired and revived Majin Buu. This is going to lead to trouble. Ah, sweet, sweet Votoms.
Program is rated TV PG. Viewer discretion is advised.
China has between 230 and 250 million television sets. Its total population is 1.1 billion.
All right, good deal. If you haven't watched Kenny Lauderdale's video on Mellow Link, the Armor Trooper Votom spinoff, that is definitely worth watching. It's an awesome review. And I've seen a little of Mellow Link. I just need to sit down and watch more of it, and it is good stuff. Do I like it better than Votoms? I really like Votoms. But Mellow Link, that is a badass man's anime right there. This is the stuff you want on your CRT, huh? Well, that is the boyhood dream has become a reality, huh? My friend always used to like joke about Kuriko's gigantic butt when he throws his helmet. It's like, why are you having me watch this? All there is some like orange guy's ass. Like, what is? It's foreshortening, man, and he's throwing his helmet.
しばらく眠ってもらうよ。今度目を覚ましたときは、あるいは別人になっているかもしれないけど。
You know, what's another really good Votoms is oh, there's this like Votoms spin-off, and I'm sure I've talked about this in other live streams. But the guy just keeps like yelling "Danny Boy" to this like really cool like J Rock intro. It's really good stuff. It's called a Lullaby of Iron is the introduction. Which is just like legitimately the coolest name you can have for a song ever. Alright, let's rewind this here because I'm sure Sunrise is going to get pissed when they realize I'm just running an episode of Armor Trooper Vote Times. Let's see what else is on this tape here. Alright, so we know we have Dragon Ball here. Ooh, 10, 10, 3, 4, 5, huh? Just the whole episode here that I've got with, Majin Vegeta, Goku fighting here. Man, the Buu Saga started out really strong. And then it just veered into like having Goku beat Buu, and it was just really dumb. I mean, Dragon Ball's my favorite anime. Dragon Ball Z. Like everyone's like, "What's your favorite anime?" It's like it's Dragon Ball Z. Let's watch these commercials here. Ah, they're both fighting at Super Saiyan 2. Ah, House Mabo Tofu.
ハウス麻婆豆腐の素みんな喜ぶ本格中華
All right. So, stop and rewind that a little bit. Can I throw a subtitle onto those tapes if you ever digitize them? Of course. Of course you can. I mean, do you speak Japanese? Like,